Hello, my fellow knights, this is Mounted Cavalier. Thank you for tuning in again. As promised, here is my breakdown of the video of the rally point that we just saw of Bretonnia versus the Vampire Counts. I can't wait for next week because I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting some new videos. Can't wait, you guys. So in this video, I'm going to break down my favorite parts, what I saw, what I think we can all look forward to, and maybe a little few things extra there as well. Link will be down in the description for the regular video, Lionheart's video, and I forgot to mention this in last video, but Darren Total War, who also has a commentary on the Vampire Counts, very interesting. Go check him out. Links will be down in the description. So first off, we have the Bretonnia and what the city's going to look like. As we know, the basic outline of the city is going to be the same. We already knew that. So let's move on to the actual characters. Here are the three characters for Bretonnia. There's going to be more, I'm sure, but here are the three that we got shown. So we have the king, we have the paladin, and we have the damsel. I apologize in the other video. It actually was the damsel, not the maiden. So first we look at the king, who's, we found out the name of what you're playing reverts to the name of the hero. So this guy's Lionheart. Very cool looking. Then we go on to the paladin. Very cool looking with the white cape, the shield. Awesome. Really, Paladin's my favorite character right now. And then we go on to the damsel. The damsel's okay. I wish it was, like I said in the other video, more roby. I feel like it would make her more widress, like a wizard and wittress more. Not like what she is now. But, nah, that's just me. So then we move on to the flying units for Bretonnia. Here we have the Pegasuses. Just so cool. I mean, just the way that they fly, the way they flap their wings. Here's a close-up. You see the wings. You see little helmets that the Pegasuses have. You also see like the shield and the helmet of the actual knight riding it. And then we just see a back. I mean, look at those wings. Look at the detail. Each wing is different. Like I saw, you can see on different horses. You can see each knight is different with the vibrant colors. They just nailed these Pegasus knights, in my opinion. Then we have some Bretonnia cavalry. The flaming lances, again, with those really cool helmets. They're like chess pieces with, like, you know, the castle and everything. Move on to some of the archers. The archers are decently okay, but just overall incredibly cool. So now I want to get into, like, the really meaty stuff of what I wanted to do here. The charges. The cavalry charges. Here we go with the first charge that we see. Now, there's not so much of throwing around, like, just, oh, that's so cool. Then we have some flanking charge. Very, very good tactic, by the way. But you can just see the charges, like all the horses seem to compile together. Here we go, and they all jab. You can see like the jab of the arms. Just very cool with like the cavalry on cavalry charges. Units don't go flying, but that makes sense because they're both cavalry. Here we have another cavalry from the rear charge. Now, they ran into the carriage there, so that also makes sense that units didn't go flying because the carriage is again a heavy unit, so they wouldn't go flying. But still very cool, like with them fighting, we can see them jabbing back and forth. Very cool with the cavalry. Then we move on to the cavalry versus infantry charges, and now you see units go flying. I mean, oh, look at that charge. That charge is just brutal. Wipes them out, just completely goes through them. Now, we also saw in a video the Reichsguard charge, or the Demigriff charge, excuse me, and they just rip through the sides of units. I mean, look at all those units go flying. Now, this is a cool part. And I slowed it down so we can get a closer look, and I'll replay it. The Demigriff Knights actually start to halt as they approach like a rear charge towards their own units. So let's replay that again. So you can see the Demigriff Knight in the center kind of halt and throw his paw up in the air, and a few of the other units do that too. Very cool animation. It gives it that like real life, because obviously rear charges wouldn't charge right into their own unit. So a very cool feature. So now I move on to my favorite move in the game, the face stab, the takedown by the king. Look at that! Incredible animation. I know they said it was just like a hack and smash, but if they have animations like that, that is going to be just incredible. Here we see again the king with a spinning attack move on the vampire count. Very, very cool. Just little details like that that really just pop in the game. And one more thing, here's the carriage. On the left-hand side, it's when it was alive. On the right-hand side, when it was dead. Just kind of a cool thing. Like the carriage, when it dies, is still there. Just thought it was cool. So now I want to move on to my favorite part, which is the Terrorgheist. Let's go! So as we can see in this video, you can see the Terrorgheist, and well, the Fellbats are already attacking the Pegasuses, and the Vampire Counts cast a spell that pretty much destroys the Pegasuses, so it wasn't just because of the Terrorgheist that these Pegasus just started falling out of the sky. I mean, just look, they just start falling. But the Terrorgeist's attack is just incredible. I think it's like 300 or something, which is just unbelievable. Then we move on to an animation that we've seen before with the orcs. It's the same animation. He kind of just throws it, wiggles it around, and then spits it out, basically. So now I'd like to move on to the movement of the Terrorgeist. I mean, look here how it just wiggles like a creepy little snake across the ground with his big claws. It's a little slow and lumbering, but it's a flying creature, so you'd expect that on the ground. But then, when it takes off, it has such a cool takeoff animation. Now, I know all the takeoff animations are going to be really, really cool. I just think that it's a great addition to the game to have these takeoff and landing animations. Like, they didn't mess it up, is what I'm trying to say. Here's another takeoff. I mean, the takeoff is just so graceful. It just makes it feel that much more realistic. Total War did a great job, Creative Assembly did a great job at doing the takeoff animations to really make the Terrorgeist and all the other flying units, which I know are going to have it, just that much more believable and cool. Here again, we see the Terrorgeist kind of flying through the air, and then he lands. You can see he's controlling the trebuchet right now, and here it comes in the land. I mean, just really cool, pushes everything out of the way. Now, a really cool feature of this is how it flies over buildings. You can see here it actually lifts up over the buildings, which means that at a normal flight pattern, it flies below the buildings. So it actually has to lift up over the buildings, which is just a cool animation, I think. That it flies lower than the building, so it's not like they took the easy road out and had it fly over every building. They really made it so it looks like, oh, it flies close to the ground to attack, and to fly over buildings, it really has to fly up. Just really cool. Now, the last thing I want to touch on, which I thought was really cool, was the tactics of the raising the dead, the zombie raise. I mean, the Terrorgeist was getting hit pretty hard by the arrows by the Bretonnians. And so Darren, from Darren Total War, check out his video, summoned a zombie horde right behind the Terrorgeist to absorb fire and distract so the Terrorgeist didn't lose health. Just an incredibly cool tactic that I can't wait to bring to the actual game when we get our hands on it. I mean, that's just going to come such in handy, so clutch in certain key parts of the game. So that's all I have for this video. Here is the last credit where we get to see the Valiant defeat and the Vampire and the Bretonnian. Check it out if you want. It gets a little blurry on zooming, so I didn't go too much into it. So that wraps up this video. Can't wait for the beginning of next week, or this week really, when we get more videos, which I know are coming, are going to be fantastic. So don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment. I love the comments. You know I love the comments. Please comment. Also subscribe if you like this. Tell me what you like, what you dislike, what you would like to see next. Are you excited about the Total War Warhammer? Are you not? Let me know what you guys think. Links will be down in the description for the original video that Total War released, for Lionheart's video, and also for Darren Total War's video on the Vampire Counts. So let me know what you think. Give those guys a look. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Mounted Cavalier out.